You're watching Self Care at Sea, a journey of slowing down, restoring, and savoring life one wave at a time. From spa days to sunsets, gentle port walks to mindful meals, let's discover together how the sea can heal what the storm tried to steal on Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, top of the day, cheers, and a hearty God bless you to you. I am still on Ovation of the Seas. This is the last day of the first leg, 3 days journey. I am doing it back to back, but for others, today is disembarkation day where all the thousands of people who are on the ship get off. And those of us who are staying on for back to back, we have special instructions. So I just wanted to come on real quick and show you that whole process. So we're going to go step by step together slowly. For those of you who are interested in back to back, and shout out to Linnell from Poverty to Paradise who turned me on to this, watching her videos. Hey, Linnell. um, yeah, so as soon as she talked about back to back, I was curious and I wanted to know more. And so I am a self starter. So I didn't wait for a travel advisor or a travel agent. I went ahead and looked it up. So anyway, I'm going to walk you through that process. I'm still in my room. Let me show you something. My backpack. Oh my gosh. My suitcase is packed. I have one luggage piece. This is an Elevate 8 that I have. I'm fully clothed. I've gone through every drawer. So that would be the first step I would say. Make everything and you don't leave anything here because part of the process is your cabin steward will take your luggage um, to your room, your new rooms. Hopefully you can get your the same room, but yeah, sometimes you can't. And in this case, I didn't. So I'm going to show you right now. Step one is the letter that Royal Caribbean put out, left outside of my room. And I'm going to read that to you because it's pretty self explanatory on what we're supposed to do. So, step number one, the letter. Okay, so here is the letter. Okay, so you can see it says Dear Sharia Smith. It's on the Royal Caribbean letterhead, so I'm not making anything up. Settling your account. So if you made any charges, you want to make sure your account is settled, or if you're using multiple cards, make sure you've already done that. Go to guest services. That's telling you about that. Changing staterooms. This is basically letting you know to let your stateroom cabin attendant know that you're back to back and that they need to bring you what room number or deck number they need to bring your luggage to. Okay, and here it says be packed before 9 a.m. Okay, it's saying to leave the safe door open. Check in for your next cruise. So it's saying basically to download the app. Yes, Royal Caribbean is very app friendly, so that is a tip right there. And download your app if you're thinking about going on Royal Caribbean. Should you receive basically they're telling you to disregard any, other letters that may come to you via app or paperwork. And here they're saying 9 a.m. and music hall on deck 4. So that's where I'm going. They're basically telling you don't forget your CPass card, passport, and they're going to walk us through to customs and all that, and then walk us back on. Guests wishing to remain on board. It's giving you instructions about that. Okay, so here's the back of the form, and you can see they're going to have a breakfast. They have breakfast available at all these different facilities. I am not hungry. Since I've been on these new medications, my appetite has really changed. So, anywho, those are the places and times you can go for breakfast. Guess if you want to get off and go to, visit LA, um, it's telling you how to do that. Then it's talking about general boarding being complete. Um, yeah, so that's basically it. Just let us know that when we get back on board, we're gonna go through a safety briefing, which is just a muster. the muster, and it's saying basically by approximately 11 a.m. we should be back on board. So according to them, a 9 to 1. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to take you along with me during that process. So stay tuned. Okay, I have made myself down to deck 4, the music hall for back to back, and here you see they have the sign for consecutive cruises.
Everybody's getting confused. Like we had rolled downstairs. Lately. That's our store. I thought you had rolled downstairs. I did. There's copies right here.
Okay, so we are in the music hall room. There's a bunch of other people in here that are back to backs as well. Let me show you. Yeah. So these people are doing the back to back, and I just went and checked in, and they gave me my room key, which I'm looking for. But yeah, they gave me my new room key, which I think this is it right here. No, it's not. So here is the room key they gave me. So it just says in transit. My adventure continues. Okay. Then another key. Okay. All right. Okay, so we are disembarking. Let me see. Oh. So we're all lined up out here, getting ready to get back on the ship. So I would say step 2 would be sitting in the room from 9 to about 9:30, walking down the bridge, and now we have someone leading us through, I believe, customs. Okay, step number 3, they just walked us out. There is 104 of us, and they just walked us out. I don't know what area we're in, but we went through the custom and border immigration, and they did the facial recognition. And so yeah, you get a green light, you keep going. If you're red light, you stop. And so we have our new cards, and we're lined up getting ready to get back on the ship. Okay, so they have us all sitting down now. We went through the facial recognition, and we're not sure if the rooms are ready or someone's still on the ship or what, but here we are sitting waiting. Okay, so we just sat down for about 15 minutes. Now we're ready to back up the escalator onto the ship. Okay. Okay, so we're on the bridge now, getting back on the ship. Okay, so I just grabbed the nearest seat. We are officially, let me turn around. I'm sitting in front of the Wonder restaurant. There's the menu. I'll show you that in a little bit. But I'm gonna ship. So let me just go through the steps real quick. Step number 1, we reviewed the letter that you should receive from Royal. They are able to track through their behind the scenes system when you have a back to back, so you don't have to really do anything. Step number two, I made sure, which I'm glad I did, my room attendant knew the room I was going to just to confirm. And what they do is they give you a number that goes directly to them. So when I guess he saw me calling him, he came to the room. So he thought I was still down on deck number 3. So I told him, no, I got the upgrade. I'm on deck number 12. So that's a key point. Okay. The next step, we met according to the letter that was provided to me, we met at Music Hall at 9. We were told to meet at 9 a.m. What I noticed is that they kept calling a lot of names, at least 7 names. They will identify your full name and deck number, telling you to come to custom guest services on deck 4. So I don't know what that was about. And then I met several people who, for whatever reason, they didn't want to get off the ship. So they just was sitting with us. So my interpretation of that is maybe some people cards declined and they needed to settle their accounts, and then they were waiting for people to get off the ship that needed to get off the ship before proceeding, because about 9:30 they lined us all up, and we proceeded out and off the ship down to customs, single file line, 104 of us. And then we did the facial recognition in immigration and custom border patrol. So tip here I would say is that if you do not have a birth certificate, a passport, and you're using a birth certificate of some sort, please make sure, because they use facial recognition here. It's all throughout the check-in, all throughout the ship, facial recognition. So that would be another tip I would tell you. Make sure you have your passport up to date, and it is at least 6 months after you cruise, okay? Once we went through that, for some reason, I guess the ship wasn't ready yet, because you got to remember, these folks got to turn this ship over and around, ready for the other 3,000 or 4,000 people that's getting ready to get on here, plus us 104 back-to-backers. So we waited. They had chairs waiting for us, thank God. It was stuffy in that area, but about, I would say, 10 or more than 15 minutes we sat there waiting, and we got the clearance to come back on. So we literally made a literal circle back onto the ship with our new, and we had to show our new cards, and we're here. So I thought I'd just sit down and take a rest break. Another tip I would say, if you are a slow mover, somebody like me who's had a stroke or heart attack, or you need, a walker, cane, walking stick, wheelchair, I would recommend that you use it and that you make yourself known to the workers. And they did call them out to go first through a special, they went ahead of us. So yes, they are very accommodating. You just have to let them know what you need. So that's all I have for this back-to-back experience. I'm told each cruise line does it differently, because we had quite a bit, like I said, 104 back-to-backers that I met. Some had done this on other ships and were kind of like complaining because why are you making us sit here? Anyway, long story short, let me know. Have you done a back-to-back cruise? Thinking about it? Just go to the comments and let me know. Thanks for watching. Till next time, watch this one. Thank you for sailing with me on Self-Care at the Sea. If you're ready for more sunsets, spa days, and soul restoring moments, keep watching this playlist for the next episode. Until then, stay anchored in peace and let the sea heal what the storm tried to steal.